guys, it's your girl Macy and welcome back to my channel. So this video I'm going to be talking about my experience with birth control. As you can tell from the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about my experience because I know there's a lot of people who have their own experiences with birth control, and I also have my own, and I know there's also a lot of young people who are probably considering getting on birth control, and it's nothing wrong with it, but I just feel like me telling my story can give you guys an insight on what it's like. Of course, not everybody's different. Everybody's body is the same. Everybody's body is completely different. So what happened to me may not happen to you. It probably will. Who knows? I just know that everybody's body is completely different, so it's less likely to happen to you. Yeah, so that's that. So I was probably 16 when I got on birth control. I was a sophomore in high school, so I didn't really know anything about birth control. I didn't know absolutely nothing. I didn't have any friends that was on it, so I didn't know what birth control really was, to be honest. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know anything. I was 16. I was a virgin, so yeah. But I just knew that birth control was to help you not get pregnant. That's all I freaking knew. I didn't know the benefits. I didn't know no pros, no cons. I didn't know anything. I just knew that it was to make sure or help you prevent pregnancy. That's all I knew. But there was more to it than meets the eye. So what actually made me get on birth control was not the reason you guys are thinking. I was still a virgin when I was a sophomore. When I was 16, I was still a virgin. I'm now 18, but when I was 16, I had just turned 16. And me and my mom we knew for years that my period was very irregular. So we got on birth control because my period was very irregular. But before I got on birth control, I was taking pills that you take once a day for 10 days, and then after the 10 days you get your period. I don't remember what it's called. Give me a minute. So there's two exceptions. So the one I took, I don't know if it was called Provera or it was medroxyprogesterone. That's a long ass name, but I know that the pill I had to take, it was in a bottle. It was 10 pills, and it was one pill that I had to take every day for 10 days. So I had to take a pill once a day. But yeah, that's how we started. I started taking the pills every day for 10 days, and after the 10 days I got my period, and I was like, okay, this is working. So then we did it again, but I didn't want to keep going back to the doctor every freaking month just to get 10 little pills. It was stupid. It was so stupid. So when I got back to school, me and my mom went to the clinic that was in my high school, because my high school has like the Montefiore clinic downstairs in the basement, and we went, and they told us about how birth control can actually help, that it's not always needed to prevent pregnancy. Some people take it to stop their period, some people take it to get their period, and some people obviously take it to prevent pregnancy. I looked at my mom like, you sure you want me to take that? So she was like, if you want to take it, just take it, you know, this is up to you. So then I decided, okay, I'm gonna try it. So I got on birth control. And the thing about birth control, one thing I really didn't like was the fact that, one thing that I liked but did like, it's a very weird concept, but the one thing I liked about it that I actually didn't like was that I had to take it every day. I had to take it every day at the same exact time. It couldn't, like, it was, I don't know, and I'm very like if I have to take it every day at a certain time, I'm gonna do that. I took it around 1. This was probably 2000, I don't know what year. I just know it's my sophomore year. I'm now a freshman in college, but this was my sophomore year in high school. I took it, but it was easy for me because I took it before a class. So when I almost had that class, I took it literally like 2-3 minutes before I got into class, and nobody would see me take a birth control pill in class, like, you know. So I had to make sure that was that. So that was pretty easy. So when I got through the first pack, I got my period, and I was like, okay, this is working and I like this, so I think I'm gonna stick with this. So I got on it, and I took it that whole sophomore year. My whole sophomore year, I got on the birth control pills. I was on birth control. Then we hit my junior year, and I'm not gonna lie, my junior year was honestly one of the most hardest school years I've ever had to endure, meaning physically, mentally, emotionally. Like, I was just going through it, like through it. So let me tell you guys my experience the first time. So when I first had it, when I first took it, I guess I was having my period, but there are a lot of side effects. Like, you do gain weight, you are very emotional, okay? you get very emotional. It's a lot, honestly. But when I talk about gaining weight, you don't get thick. Like, a lot of people like to get on birth control because they think they're gonna get thick. You don't get thick, baby girl. You don't get thick. That's not the case. What happens is you get cravings. You start to realize that you want to eat this and you want to eat that, but you do not get cravings. I mean, you do not just get thick out of nowhere. You get cravings, and you get into those cravings. You take it on and you eat it, and you gain weight, because that's what cravings are. It's like when you get pregnant, and when you're pregnant, you got these weird ass cravings, and then when you're on your period, you crave ice cream, or you crave a damn burger. It's just like that. It's just like that, because birth control has a bunch of damn hormones, and you get cravings, you eat them, you gain weight. That's what it is. You do not get thick. That's one thing y'all need to know. If you're gonna get on birth control, please be open to the possibility that you probably will gain so much weight, okay? Because I gained so much weight, it's not even a joke. I gained so much weight, y'all, to the point where I still have the weight on me, but it's a good weight. Right now, it's a good weight. Back then, it was like, damn, I took that all at once, and it was depressing. And yeah, you do get emotional. Some people have said that they've got depressed. Honestly, I've never got depressed over birth control, at least not that I know of, but I did get like very emotional, very sad quickly. I got mad quickly. I got goofy quickly. Like, I know that birth control really does mess with your emotional being. But yeah, so that's when I took it my whole sophomore year. So we get into junior year, and for the summer, I obviously couldn't take the birth control because I wasn't in school. So it was June, July, August. So for 3 months, I did not have my period. I didn't get my period. So when I got back in September, and for my junior year, I went straight to the clinic. I was like, sis, I need my pack right now. I ended up going to the clinic. They gave me, again, before you get, well, I don't know how it is in other places, but when I went to go get my birth control, they take your pee, they take your pee, they take your, the usual, your blood pressure, your feet, your temperature, all that. So when they give you the options, they give you options on what type of birth control you want to take. There's birth control, there's pills, there's patches, there's the shot, there's the implant, there's the ring. There's a lot of different types of birth control. Since I was a beginner, I didn't want to go straight and take some other things, so I just went straight for the pills, because it's just easier. You could get the shot. A lot of people get the double shot, but I don't know. I'm actually considering that now, but yeah, because I'm thinking of getting the double shot so I don't have to take the pill every day, because that's a lot of work. So yeah, but yeah, so I started taking the pills again, and I was liking it, but something felt different. Something felt really different. So when I got back on the birth control, after the month, after the pack, I got my period, but I had it for 2 weeks. So it was like, that's weird. I'm having it for 2 weeks. That didn't happen the first time. I didn't like that. So then, then I took it again, had my period for another 2 weeks, then again, 2 weeks. Then I don't know what year it was, but I remember my junior year, I went to Nicaragua. So this was 2018. It's in February. I stopped taking the birth control because when I went to Nicaragua with the school, you cannot take your own medications. I couldn't take the birth control, so I didn't take birth control in February. Yo, I got back from Nicaragua. This is around the time I did my big chop. But I get back from Nicaragua and I got on my period. I got on my period for a whole month. A whole month. A month. A month. A month. So, but the thing is, a lot of people have had it for a whole year, have had it for months. Bro, I wasn't gonna risk it. So when I had it for a month, I was like, yeah, I'm not getting back on birth control. So I stopped taking the birth control after I had it for a month because I wasn't with it. Like, I was already feeling, I was gaining so much weight. I was getting lazy. It was just taking a toll on me. I was like, I'm not doing it. So after I had the period for a month, that was the last strike. I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. So then when I hit, after I graduated from high school, this is very, very recent. This was actually last year. So last year in, I think, September, before I got to go into my college for my classes, I had to make sure I had everything like in the school. Like, I had to make sure my physical was there. I had to make sure that they had my diploma, a copy of my diploma, you know, all this extra shit. So I went to get my physical done. And they give, when you get your physical, you get your pee, they get your blood, they do all that. Your ear, your hearing, your sight, all that. So when, you know, when you get your physical, they also ask you like personal questions like, are you sexually active? And, you know, and at that time, I was already sexually active. So of course, you know, I was honest with them. And that's when we told them about how my period is very irregular. Cause she was like, this is why it was funny. Cause she was like, okay, when was your last period? After she asked me if I was sexually active, she was like, wait, when was your last period? I'm like, girl, I don't know. It was a couple months ago. So she's like, you sure you're not pregnant? I'm like, I'm not pregnant. Trust me, I'm not pregnant. Okay. So then that's when she took my pee. She asked me, why aren't you having your period? And I'm like, I don't know. That's one thing I would love to know. We've been trying to get people, all these doctors, to figure out why the fuck I'm not having my period. We've been trying to figure this out for years, guys. For years. Since I had my first period, we've been trying to figure out why I don't have it every month. Like, of course, there's some people who, you know, who don't have a regular period, so they have it every other month. So they have it this month, but not next month, but the month after that. There's some people who have that, but me, I have mine is so, mine is not a word. Mine is so irregular, Like, I'll have mine this month and then have mine 4 months later. Actually, you know, I calculated it, so I realized that I got mine 4 months in between. But something is different, guys. Something is different. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you how birth control fucked up my cycle. Even though I barely had a cycle, I already calculated that it's every 4 months, and I'm gonna tell y'all how birth control fucked it up for me. I'm sorry, I'm about to choke. So when I got my physical, we had a male doctor, and the male doctor, so yeah, we had a male doctor, and the male doctor, we told him everything, and that's when he decided to prescribe me birth control, and was like, but here's the gag. Here's the gag. Instead of 1 a day, I had to take 3 a day. 3 a day. I just spit at the camera, I'm sorry. 3 a day. That's weird. So I'm like, nah, like, that's a dub. I'm not taking 3 a day. So I looked at my mother, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. If 1 pill a day already got me feeling some type of way, what makes you think I'm gonna want to take 3 a day? I'm not doing that. So my mom just kind of convinced me. She was like, just do it. Because at this point, we don't have anything else for you. This is literally our only hope. So just do it. And if it works, then it works. If it don't, then you won't get on birth control anymore. Okay? That's that. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I got on it. Worst decision of my entire life. Let me tell you guys something. If your doctor tells you or prescribes you birth control, and instead of 1 a day, they tell you to take more than 2 a day, do not do it. If they tell you to take more than 1 a day, do not do it. I'm telling you guys, don't do it. That is not normal. That is very unorthodox. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ooh, don't do it. Oh my God, don't do it. I swear to God, don't do it. Because the way it really affected me was disgusting. It was disgusting. I got my period, and when I say, after I took it 3 times a day, and after that, I got my period so strong, it seeped through my pants. I got it unexpectedly on my way to work, like literally on my way to work. I got it on my way to work, and you know, I'm like, oh shit, okay, I don't have pads, I don't have money for a pad, so I'm gonna see how I'm gonna hold up with it. But it was not strong. I got to work, mind you, it was a cold ass day. This was like December. It was a cold ass day. I get to work and it's seeping through my damn pants. It was my first day of work too. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? It was my first day of work, first day, and already I'm seeping through. Like, that's nasty. That is nasty. That has never happened to me. Never. I was absolutely exhausted. And more exhausted than I usually am, and it's because of the pills. The pills, if you take more than 2 a day, you start to get weak. I swear. I got so weak. I was anemic because I was losing so much blood. It was bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. Then there was a point in time when I had a boyfriend last year, and of course, you know, yeah, that was another reason why I wanted to get back on birth control when I did my physical, because when I had that pregnancy scare, I'm like, okay, maybe if I get on birth control, not only am I gonna get my period, but I'm also gonna be able to prevent pregnancy. So that was that. But guys, it was if your doctor tells you to take more than 1 pill a day, don't do it. Please take my word for it. Don't do it, please. Especially even if it's a female doctor. If it's a female, you better ask her questions. That was my mistake. I did not ask no questions. Of course, I had my doubts about it, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and it was bad. So this is not even all of it. This is just what I saved. This is some of the pills or the packs that I have. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 packs in here, but there's more. I threw them out, and then when I started again, this is what I got. But there's a lot of other packs, but I have one more pack that I haven't used. I don't want to use it until I have a reason to. Obviously, I'm celibate right now. I haven't had sex. I'm not going to have sex. I don't have a boyfriend, so this is just right here. But if it comes to the point where I need, or I feel like I haven't had my period for so long, I might have to take them, because my body is just not agreeing with me right now. So yeah, we've been trying to find, you know, doctors who can help us, but we've been to every freaking doctor and nobody can help us, and it's scary. It's scary because sometimes I think about, will this affect my chances of getting pregnant, you know, in the future? Will this affect my physical health? Like, can I catch cancer or something? I don't know. So it's scary to think of, but sometimes you have to be open to the possibilities. So yeah, that was that. So guys, if you are having sex and you're not on birth control and not using condoms, you might want to rethink that, okay? Especially if you're super duper young, or you just don't want a kid, period. If you're like older than me and you don't want to have kids, you might want to rethink that. It may be fun to be raw and shit, but it won't be fun when you see those 2 lines on your pregnancy test, okay? So either you wrap it up or you clog it up, okay? So yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you guys are considering birth control, please let me know in the comments and let me know what type of, birth control you are planning to take. For those of you, I'm honestly asking, if you have a story about your experience with birth control, whether it was positive or negative, please let me know. I'm begging you, please let me know in the comments what you did, like what type of birth control you was on, what happened to you, whether it's positive or negative. Please let me know, because I'm actually considering getting back on birth control, but not the pills. I want to get on the shot, but I don't know, because I hear a lot of bad stuff about the implant and the shot. So if you have done either one of those, please let me know in the comments below and help a bitch out, because yeah. But if you guys also have been on birth control for your period, let me know how that worked for you. Let me know how that worked for you. So yeah, toodles. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all my social medias, press that bell button so you guys are notified when I upload a new video. So yeah, bye.